Hello everybody, welcome back to Tini Fragrance. My name is John Novitini, and I'm dedicated to bringing you unbiased, unsponsored, and unpaid for fragrance reviews. Something that can be difficult, if not impossible, to find on the internet these days. I got the opportunity today to smell Amber Intrigue from Tom Ford. As of recording on the 2nd of November, Amber Intrigue released today, and I happened to be at my local Nordstrom, and they had a display for it, and I got to smell it and receive a sample vial. And I have some thoughts. I wanted to get this video out fast because I had some thoughts before anyone has the opportunity to buy it. I wanted my thoughts to be known. This is not a bad fragrance. It actually smells very good. However, I have a problem with it. When I first sprayed on the tester, I thought to myself, this reminds me a lot of something else I've smelled. When I sprayed it on my skin, I thought, this smells almost exactly like Jubilation 25 by Amouage. Almost identical. I have a love-hate relationship with amber fragrances. I think we all know that. And I think that the sweet kind of dried fruit amber, I think that's been overdone. And that is the direction that Amber Intrigue goes towards. And in that genre of fragrance, I think Jubilation 25 perfected it. Jubilation 25 starts off with the coriander, the dried fruit, you have the dates, the honey, and then the oud and the amber. It's such a great blend. It's so interesting. It's so complex. And it lasts, at least on my skin, for a very, very, very long time. Amber Intrigue by Tom Ford is that, but less interesting with worse longevity and a higher price point. Let's talk about the price. With Tom Ford's fragrances, we have to talk about the price because we all know Tom Ford, he released some crazy bangers. Oud Wood in 2007. At this point, there's a .com bubble. People are talking about recessions, and Tom Ford drops an oud classic that revolutionizes the fragrance world ahead of his time. However, over the past several years, Tom Ford's fragrances, they have started to fall off. I think Lost Cherry was their latest release that I actually enjoyed. Fairly recently, Tom Ford was bought by Estee Lauder, and since then, I think their fragrances have taken a bit of a nosedive. He is no longer really very involved with the creative direction of those fragrance lines, and the prices of Tom Ford fragrances have only continued to rise. It makes things like Guerlain and Christian Crave look like a bargain, which is saying something. Amber Intrigue. Guess how much this costs? $405. And guess how much fragrance you get? 50 milliliters. 50 milliliters. This isn't even the 100 milliliter 3.4 ounce that they're selling for $405. 50 milliliters. Let's do a little bit of math. $405 divided by 50. You're paying $8 per milliliter for what I think is essentially a pretty lazy Jubilation 25 dupe. Jubilation 25 is $395. That's an expensive fragrance. That's not a bargain. However, you get 100 milliliters, better longevity, and a more complex scent. I don't really know what Tom Ford is doing with these recent releases. But let's get into the scent profile. So it starts off, it's an amber fragrance, but there is this blast of kind of dates and dried kind of Middle Eastern fruit profile. There's a bit of sandalwood, I think a bit of vetiver, as well as some cinnamon. So it's kind of a spicy amber fragrance. That's about it. It really doesn't evolve over the course that you're wearing it. I had it on the entire day, waiting for the dry down, waiting for some extra notes to come out. Doesn't really happen. That's my review of Amber Intrigue. I wish I could dive into it farther, but I can't. The notes simply don't exist. I will just say Camel by Zoologist, Jubilation 25 by Amouage, do the dried fruit, sweet, amber, spicy scent much better at a much better price point. I think Tom Ford's latest release is, quite frankly, lazy and an abomination at its price point. So that is my review of Amber Intrigue. Don't buy. I very rarely make negative reviews on Tini Fragrance simply because I review typically fragrances that I like. This one, I had to get the message out. Do not buy Amber Intrigue. If you want a fragrance like that, I just gave you two that smell better, that are more interesting, by better perfumers, at a better price point. See you next time.